also known as Lisa. Let me get my to-do list up for today. Got some new music playing. I heard that it was better yesterday. It was less choppy, so I'm happy to hear that. If anyone is here, let me know in the comments. I'm just going to see where we're at. It might just be me today. That's okay. I'm happy to do these and kind of share. I want to do them live, first of all, so that when we do have new users, you have a time to come on and learn a little bit about the platform from somebody who's really familiar with the platform. Then I'll explain why I'm so familiar with the platform in a moment. And then I also just really like having this as something that you can fall back to and come back and look at. If you are new and you're not able to make the live stream, you've got access to it later. Cool. So just so everybody who's on here get to know me a little bit. So again, my name is Redbird. I actually started on Rcrdshp as a user. I totally fell in love with the concept. I wasn't in any other NFT projects, although my husband's really into them and really has some great insights on them. But I really fell in love with Rcrdshp as a user because I was really into the idea of what these collectibles could do for artists, for musicians, for fans. I do other art on the side. I do theater, and I know the struggles for artists to connect. So with their fans and to make a living without having to fall back on another 9-to-5 job. So Rcrdshp really interested me in that. And I got super involved in the community. I'm a bit of a spreadsheet nerd. So I created this spreadsheet. First of all, it was to track my own collection. I have quite a nice, healthy collection on Rcrdshp, and I'll talk about it. I'll show it off in a little bit, actually. And then, so I started off this spreadsheet to kind of track my collection. Then I started getting like duplicates and triplicates and like extras of all of these collectibles. So I wanted to actually sell them so I could look at expanding my collection with new collectibles. And I needed some help with that because I wanted to track, when was the best time to sell. I wanted to make sure I was making a little bit of profit. Why not? And we ended up building a spreadsheet, which I'll show later on. And I'm happy to see some people on. We got Chris on here. We got Shuka, Real Kaiser. Hey. So let's get started. Let me get my screen shared and I'll show you the Rcrdshp website, since I've already talked to you a little bit about kind of the concept of collectibles and why I like them so much. My screen is shared. Here we go. There we go. So this is the Rcrdshp homepage. Pretty straightforward. You can see some of the artists that we have on here. Anytime we have a drop, this is all updated. I think of all our pages, I'm going to start actually on my collection and kind of show off that a little bit so you can sort of understand what that looks like. And as I'm going along, if you are new, please feel free to ask questions in the comments or right in the chat. I will answer it. This is live. If I am going to answer your question as I go, I'll probably ignore it, or I'll just let you know that I'm going to answer it coming up. So yeah, super excited to show you. So this is my collection. Maybe I'll do some of my newest ones. I actually ripped one of these packs yesterday. I'll explain what ripping is and what a pack is in a bit. And I got some new collectibles in my collection here. So I got the Ledger. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, from Tribal Trap. And it has a track here. And it has a sound bite. Here from Stefano Noferini. So all of our collectibles have different attributes to them. Some of them are artist cards. Some of them are track cards. Some of them are artifacts. So let's talk about each one of these. So here's mine, an artist card. So I can tell it's an artist card because it says artist, but I'll show you another way to tell that as well in a little bit. So some important things on each of these. Oh, sweet. This artist card actually has a track. Not every single one does, but this one does. I can hit play and it'll add it to my player down here. You can see what I was listening to earlier, Kaiser. I know you're on. I have a lot of Kaiser in the collection. But when I add this to the player, it starts playing here and I can hear it. I don't think I shared my sound, but I'll pause it now. So these have different card faces, we call them. So you can learn a little bit about these artists. They're super, super cool. Oh my God, he has a big snake. That's so cool. Oh, and I was talking about this one. I love what he's done with the art on this one and just popping some of the colors. So, so cool. So another few things I want to talk about here, this line here, one of 445 common cards minted in this edition. So minting is a term often used in the NFT space, but basically it means this is how many were created. This is a limited edition. As far as I know, this one does not look like it's going to have any more coming into it. Then serial number. So because we're using NFT technology, all of our collectibles are minted. So there's 445 of this particular one. I have number 33 of the 445, sorry. So super cool. I do have a number 1. So in our community, sometimes we have users who put a lot of weight on something like a number 1 or what we call a perfect serial, which would be number 445 or whatever that mint, the top of the mint is. So we really like to see that. Hi, Capo MMI. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, I already showed the player off. Mint counts, perfect. I'll talk about some of this other stuff later. So next I'm gonna pop back to my collection and I'm gonna come look at the sets. A little slow to load today. That's okay. So our sets, so all of our collectibles fall into a set. I don't know where, oh, mine would be probably in Tribal Trap. Find them in here. So you can see we've set them up. Some of our sets are based on there's mine. That's that card that I had, number 33. Some of our sets are based on a label. Some of our sets are based on a specific artist. I thought I had turned off my notifications. I'm going to do that for sure this time. So we've got lots of good stuff in these sets. It's a nice way to just have another view in your collection and see kind of what goes together. I guess while I'm talking about the cards, I do want to talk about these coin balances here. So you can see here, there's a little coin icon and the number 10. Those are coins. And you can release them by burning your cards. And burning, it means destroying. I'll show you how to do that, actually. I'm not going to actually burn it because I don't want to burn my cards right now. But I'll get a lighter in my hand. We've got this nice search function here. There we go. We have a couple different cards that can burn. We're working on a tutorial for burning and sharing that with everyone. So I'll just go back here. So if I were to burn my mime card, as soon as I put that lighter in my hand, this icon showed up here with the little fire and 60 on 60. That just means how many burns left this lighter has. If you hold it down, again, I'm not going to hold it all the way down, but eventually it would burn, combust, and it's burned. And you've destroyed it. It's gone forever. But what it does is that it releases these coins. And then you have some coins in your collection. I've got another profile, my work profile that I have burned a card in. Coins, the utility is kind of coming soon. It's part of our in-game functionality, so keep an ear out for that. Hopefully in one of these future streams, I'll be able to talk more about what that means. But today I'm really just focusing on current usability. All right, next I want to talk about packs. So all of these most of the collectibles in my collection have come from the packs that I've purchased and opened. And in in Rcrdshp, in a lot of NFT spaces, when you open something like a pack, you call it ripping. Like, imagine that this is like a for real, like a pack that you own and you're ripping the plastic off. That's how I like to see it. I don't know if that's actually what it was. But if I were to rip it right now, I would click on open, and then I would be able to go through each card and reveal them. It's really trying to emulate that in real life experience. Cool. So if you want to buy a pack, we do not have anything for sale right now. We are sold out. But you would come to our drops page, pop on one of, whichever drop that you're looking for. Again, drop just means that's what we're selling at the moment in a pack. And you would just click on it, and there would be a button here to buy. Sweet. So definitely keep an eye out on our social medias for our next drop. We are done for this year because it's coming up on the end of 2021. No more drops. All right, next I'm going to talk about challenges. And we actually have a challenge live right now. Before I talk about the live challenge, let's quickly go and look at some of our previous challenges. We've had some huge rewards so far for some of our challenges. Our Solar Stone challenge involved a trip and a tour manager experience to ASOT 1000, ASOT 1000, which that stands for a state of trance. So you were going to fly with Solar Stone, be his tour manager. Paula always makes fun that he loses his glasses, so keep a track of his glasses. You have an all-access pass. And this is a really simple challenge to complete. You had to collect all 14 of Solar Stone's collectibles in his set. And that was pretty much it. That was the minimum requirement. There was some other requirements to get some different serial numbers. Remember, we talked about those in the low and the high. But it was a pretty easy one to enter. Todd Terry challenge was similar, had to collect certain cards from his set. Berlin, we did something a little bit different. We incorporated some social features. So we asked you to tweet, and those also resulted in a real life trip, which it was supposed to be New Year's Eve in Berlin this year, but unfortunately that's getting bumped out due to the pandemic. So more details on that. We're super, super excited for our winners. Congrats to Nighthawk and Elo Played Great D. And we have a current challenge on right now. It's one of those social challenges. So we're asking you to tweet, send some tweets. You have to collect one card, send some tweets. I think that card is going for like $4 right now. Make sure that your Twitter and your Discord account are connected to your Rcrdshp profile. And I'm gonna spend a few minutes and just talk about this challenge because it is so cool. The reward is not a trip. The reward is something more like longer term than a trip. In perpetuity, you get added as a co-producer on a track that the Disco Fries and Lana Leon are creating. So they're going to go live on Twitch on December 29th. So a week from now, next week. And they are going to be co-creating on a track live. And then anyone who completed this challenge is going to be invited to a secret room in Discord. And I'll show you Discord in a little bit. And part of being in that room, you're going to be voting on decisions that Disco Fries and Lana Leon are making while they're creating the track. So it's so, so cool. You get to be listed as a co-producer, literally for showing up and voting. It's going to be wicked, wicked, and it's really easy to complete. So please check that out. You're going to love it. Next up, I'm going to go over to my Rcrdshp account, but I'm going to go on my work profile just because it has my a real profile has all my personal information. So here I'm going to show you my profile. So here you got kind of some basic information, social accounts. For that challenge that we were just talking about, you're going to want to connect your Discord. You're going to want to connect your Twitter. Super important. Super, super important. Because that's how we know that you are you. I don't know about you, but a lot of us have different names kind of across different everything. You know, you might use your email to log in. You might have a different Twitter handle, and you might have a different Discord one. Balance. I want to talk about balance too. So in my personal account, I do actually have quite a bit of balance. So what was really nice in this last drop, I was able to purchase using my balance. If you remember earlier on in the stream, I was saying I had sold some cards. So the balance now was collecting here, and I'm able to use it within the marketplace and within the drops. And the last one I want to show you is verification. Check this out. This will be required before you can withdraw. Right now, if you do have a balance, you cannot withdraw. We are working on that really, really hard. The first step was to make sure that we could verify who you are. You might hear this referred to as KYC, or know your customer. So it's really important, because we're dealing with your money, that we know who you are. So if you go through this process, it'll actually require you to show some ID to the camera, but really important that you do it if you do ever want to withdraw in the future. All right, that is it for this guy. So let me put him away. Next, I want to hop over to the market and show you that. So the market is your place to come and buy collectibles if you didn't get the ones you want in a pack, which I've had to do a few times. So it's pretty straightforward. You know, if you want to come and look up a song, I'm gonna look up one because I know he's on and he's watching. All right. So let's say I did not own this Fall in Love card. I think I might, but let's say I didn't. I can come in here and I can see what it's going for in the marketplace. I'll show you how to sell something in a moment too. So I can come in here, just click buy. That will take me to this page. Again, like I said, I have a fairly healthy balance in my personal account, so I can buy it with balance. Or you can choose to buy with credit card, or you can use a prepaid balance. I think that's one of the greatest things about, well, one of the things that really excited me as a user about Rcrdshp is that we do accept credit card payments, and a lot of these NFT projects only accept crypto. So this is super easy. Pretty much anyone can get in. So that would be it. I'm not going to do it right now. But I'm going to go back to my collection. I'm actually going to show you how to sell something too. But I'm going to put something in my hand that is an important little guy. This is my hand. I don't think I talked about my hand yet. Oh, I'm going to talk about that in a bit. I'll explain how this all works in a bit, but let's say I wanted to sell this secret handshake, because I had 4. So I'm going to sell it for $100. I can see here the breakdown of the fees. So we have a 12.5% fee when you're selling a collectible, and those fees are commission to the artists, and then other secondary resale fees as well. So that's where that is going. I won't actually sell it because I want to keep it. And if you do want to also buy a collectible, a pack on the market, the fee structure is actually different for the packs. Oh, I would have to go and sell a pack. Let me show you that. I think last time I did this, I didn't even have a pack to sell. So I can list a pack for sale. Again, if I want to say $100. Now the marketplace fee is higher on the pack sales, and that's because we are dividing the fees amongst more artists. So we just need to make sure that we're getting that back. Make sure you put in you double check your numbers. Don't put a 1.00 if you mean 100. You're not going to be happy because it's going to get picked up real quick. All right. Did I miss a question somewhere? I'm just looking at the chat and I just see something that says no, question mark. Let me just look at, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything, because now it looks like people are asking the questions. I won't be able to see it there. If there is a question, can you just repost it? Because I don't think I have caught it. even though I thought I opened Twitch somewhere. It's there. All right. Okay. I don't think I missed anything. Kaiser, you're confusing me with your questions. All right. What's up next? So that was the marketplace. Excellent. And you've seen my balance, which I wanted to go over. Next, I want to show you analytics. So this is probably once you're a little more comfortable with Rcrdshp, you're getting to feel like you know how it works. Maybe you want to add something to your collection and you just want to make sure you're getting it at a good price, because we all set our own prices when we're selling. So you can come in here. If you tap on any of the headers, it'll sort by that. So let's say I wanted to buy a 1981. Right now the floor is $60. I can come and tap on that. Floor just means the lowest price. And I can actually scroll down on this card and see a little bit more data. I can see how many cards are being held. So that means how many are in people's collections and not for sale. Open in their collections, because they can also be sealed in their collections in a pack, which is this number here. You can see how many are for sale, if any have been burned. Then you can simply buy it. And because I put this secret handshake in my hand, I'll show that in a little bit. I'll show that in a second. So that's your analytics page. You can, again, sort by anything. If you want to see what cards have the most coins. Well, bam, Berlin, mythical. Cool. And next, I'm going to show you some other artifacts and features that we have. So I've already showed you burning. I'm going to go actually into my collection and get 2 more cards into my hand. So I'm going to take Extraordinary Insights, and I'm going to take Walkie Talkie is what I'm missing. All right. So I have 4 cards in my hand right now that have really special utility. So I'm going to pop over. Sorry, just looking at the questions. So I did already answer Corey's question, but I'll answer it again. So yes, when can we take out our money or transfer to other cryptocurrencies? The answer is not yet. I know that's not exactly what you're looking for. I mentioned it earlier. We are working on it. We're working on it really diligently. We know it's important. The first step in that was the KYC, aka Know Your Customer. So we're working on that. The next question I saw here is from Pitbull. How do we refill the lighter? We're not actually able to do that quite yet. I know that they're also working on that. And if you remember, that's because the lighter can actually be depleted. There's 2 other cards that have the lighter's functionality of burning, and that's Matchbook. The only thing with Matchbook is that there's only 12 uses remaining, and if you remember with lighter there was 60. And once you finish off, you use all 12 of the matchbooks, it's gonna burn itself as well. It's done, it's depleted. And the last one that is that there's another lighter actually. I don't have it. Yes, I do. There's another lighter. I just don't know where it is in my collection right now. I thought I had it. Maybe I just don't have it. So refills are coming. Wait for it. Wait for it. But one card I just put in my hand here is called Extraordinary Insight. And if you remember, actually, when we were just looking at these card stats, there was way less data here. So now we're seeing more. That's what Extraordinary Insights is getting you. Get it? Get it? Extraordinary Insights. So it's giving you a little bit more data to come and look at. One card, it also gives you more data on cards that you own or have purchased. Sorry, my brain is clearly, I'm trying to think of something I've purchased recently. Tube. All right, so the Tube and Burger card I purchased. And we can see actually the sales history, which is really nice. If you forget how much you paid for something or you want to go back and see that, you've got that available to you right there. Cool. Next up, I want to show you Walkie Talkie, but I just want to make sure that I've checked off everything else on my to-do list here. Yeah. All right. I'm going to show you Walkie Talkie next. And I'm going to show you how to take cards out of your hand as well. That's kind of important. I put all those in when I went to my collection and then just dragged them in. You saw that. So if I actually put one in and I want to take it out of my hand, I just, I'm holding down the shift key and I click. So shift and click. Cool. Super easy. All right. Last one I want to show you is Walkie Talkie. And the reason I left this for last is because we're actually going to go off of Rcrdshp and we're going to go into some of our other resources that are external to the website. So the first external resource we're going to go to is Discord. I will say, if you're not familiar with Discord, it can be very overwhelming. I'll recommend a few places to start at. I would just start in general chat, kind of get the feel, come see what everybody's doing. That's where almost everybody's at most of the time. Get It Real Time is a private channel that is only open to you when you have that walkie-talkie in your hand. And it lets you see sales history. So you can see who's buying what, gives you a little bit of information. So use that to your advantage if that's the type of game you're playing. You can also come in here. We've got lots of different chats. If you want to come and listen to some music, we've got those. We also have some sub channels. We have our Disco Fries and Kaiser Crew, Tribal Trap. These are all here chatting. Artists are in there regularly. It's really fun to chat with them. I was just chatting with Lana Leon from the challenge earlier today. So super, super cool. So this is one of our official channels. I'm also going to point you to other really important places, announcements. This is a channel that only our team can post in. So you know this is like the official information. What is Rcrdshp? Probably a great place for you to come. I will always be posting the recordings here. And the next place I really think you should come and look is the support section. So you've got direct links to our support team, although most of the time they're just going to recommend that you submit a support ticket so they can do their tracking very well. We've got an FAQ page that Chris keeps up to date. And I love this one, resources from the community. So I mentioned kind of at the very beginning that I was first a user, created a spreadsheet, and then got a job out of it, basically. Long story short. So there's that spreadsheet there. We've got AMP NFT. They do a show. You can learn all about it. Kid Smooth did a one-pager overview. We have a ton of people who are providing us content. So come check this out. It's a great place. We try to keep this updated as well. And then the final one, questions for staff. We try to check this as often as we can. So make sure you pop in here, ask us some questions. It's a great place just because general is really busy. Some days it is flying and it's hard for us to keep up. So if there's something you want us to see, make sure you put it in questions for staff. The very last one I want to highlight is suggestions. This one's super important. You can post suggestions to us here. I think one thing as a user I really appreciated of Rcrdshp is that we are really open to feedback. We want to hear what people are thinking. We know we don't have all of the ideas in the world. So bring us your suggestions. And I'll say, even for today's show, what I'm doing right now, if there's something that I missed and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she missed that. Shoot it to me on Discord. I'm Redbird. Right here, you can find me usually. All right. Next up, I'm going to go over to Medium. So Medium is where we post our blog and our updates. Andrew posts before every single drop what to expect, what is coming in the drop, what collectibles you can expect to receive. We do any sort of reveals, we'll post here as well. I know Obi will post when we have a new feature. So really suggest subscribing here. Get those right into your inbox. Another official channel, Twitch, where we are live right now. Yo, this is too freaky to have too many Twitches on. So yeah, make sure you hit that follow button. Yeah, it's too freaky. All right, I won't stay on here long. So make sure you follow us. We've got some really fun plans for the new year, bringing on artists, having DJ sets, doing more of these FAQs. Really appreciate, I think it's such a great place for us to connect with you, and we really love doing them. So I want to talk to you about some unofficial resources. First one I want to highlight is, and these are also, those were in Discord under that one chat, resources from the community. The first one, Ogaf.club. So this is created by a community member / employee on his free time. And it started with this concept of the Ogaf set, and Ogaf stands for Original Gangster as Fuck. And basically it's you might notice it when you're in Discord too. A lot of people, their names are in purple. They have a little OG icon beside their name, and it's I think this pink one, or maybe it's this one, Chrome. I don't know. But it's kind of a status symbol at Rcrdshp especially when we're being social. Being OG, just shows you've been here. You care enough that you want to complete this set. To become an OG AF, collect all the cards in the set, post an image of your set completion. We're working on getting that completely automated. But for now, you just post an image, tag one of the admins, and we will make you purple. Then you get a purple party where everybody gets to post you gifts in purple. So it's super fun. So the reason this website was started, though, when Marco started it, it was to help track when is a good time to buy your Ogaf cards. If you're just missing one, say, like if you're just missing this pixels, you can come and you can see, okay, what the price is without like going and searching and blah, blah, blah. So that was super helpful. And now he's added on a whole ton of stuff here. Like, it is a great website if you are here to collect, if you are here to, make sure that you're buying at the best price. Just tab through. Like, I don't think I'll go through every single one right now, but kind of come through, see what you care about, what makes sense for you. He's built in search functions, super easy to use. Oh, look, you can get cheapest cards. Sweet. And then the last unofficial resource I'll show is that spreadsheet I've been talking about, my little baby. You can come in here, check it out. Definitely at a glance of the whole market. We're pulling data out of Marco's API, so it's pretty up to date as well. Again, mostly for anyone who is a spreadsheet nerd, this is a great place. I've connected this into my own personal spreadsheet where I'm tracking my collectibles. I don't know if you remember, but my collection has over 500 collectibles, so it's hard to keep track of. Helps me keep track of which ones I have duplicates of and when I want to sell. So I use the API that we use in that market link spreadsheet. I'm going to wrap up soon. If there are any other burning questions from anyone who's watching, pop those in the chat. I'll make sure to answer them before I wrap up. I really appreciate everyone coming today. If you have, or if you're watching this after the fact, I appreciate you taking the time, because I hope that you're finding these valuable. I'll stop doing them if no one finds them valuable. But I definitely will also take suggestions for the future. If there are specific things that you think I missed or that you want to go over more in detail, I'm totally happy to do that. So I'll just give it another few minutes to see if we have any other suggestions or questions. I'm happy to talk about what I know about, at least. Let me pop that off. Any other questions? There is a little bit of a delay after I ask that and you answer, so I know I got to give it a few minutes. But this has been a blast. I always love doing these. I think it's a great way. You spend 35 minutes and you get a good overview of the site, good overview of how people use it. Our community is so fantastic. another thing that drew me to working at Rcrdshp was the community. We've got the whole team who are live on Discord pretty much every single day. Not pretty much, they are on every single day. Chris, Caterade, Angelica's new to the team. Happy to have her. It's so fun. I'm on there too. So come on, say hi. We're super happy to see you. We will be taking a little bit of a holiday break. So try not to bug us too much. Just kidding. But not kidding. We're really excited to have some time off and enjoy time with our family. I'm sure everyone else is too. But make sure you tune in on December 29th because we are going to have such a great day with the Disco Fries. And speaking of Disco Fries, I hope if you're here, I hope you've heard about what Disco Fries are doing tonight, and I hope they still have tickets. Tonight, they are doing a Festivus. They're going to have some drinks, what is the word that they're using? Why can't I think of it? Now all I can think of is eggnog because of yesterday's event. If you weren't with us yesterday, make sure you check out our stream from yesterday. We had 9 hours, almost 9 hours, 8 hours and 50 minutes of content, of artist interviews, of DJ sets. We had about an hour and 15 minutes with Obi, who is the founder of Rcrdshp, and also Mickey from Dapper Labs, the SVP of Partnerships. So learned a lot from both of them. That was around the 6-hour mark. So definitely go check that out. Obi dropped a couple of nuggets. And a nugget, if you haven't been with us, is a drop of information that you wouldn't know unless it was coming directly from Obi. Sometimes we get to learn those as Obi's dropping them. Super fun. All right. Fam, I'm not seeing any other questions, so I am going to log off shortly. Let's go see who else is playing right now and who we might want to go and raid. Again, I swear I have this open somewhere, but not on the right tab. If you have any suggestions on who we should go raid, pop them in the chat. I always take suggestions. Let's go listen to some music. What are we feeling? I see Nifra. Ooh, someone's doing a pre-Christmas stream. Yeah? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Get some Christmas music up in here. All right. I love it. Hey guys, I'm going to send that out. I hope everybody has had a nice time. Happy holidays. Can't wait to see you all on December 29th. Make sure you complete the challenge that you get in. And go and let's enjoy some pre-holiday music.